Ananda Swarupini Devidasi. I thought I saw Pandita there just a moment ago. Then I looked up and then different person is it?
It was Pandita a moment ago.
Okay.
That's changed.
Not,
More people should be coming, I hope.
Not my eyes deceiving me.
No, no. How are you, Maharaj?
Yes, I'm very happy. And we have happy because we also have a British man here with us, just arrived yesterday evening from
Hi.
Keshavananda Prabhu, fresh from the festival.
That's one word, fresh.
we put him through the laundry machine.
Oh, lots of fond memories of Keshavananda Prabhu at the temple here as well.
Oh, nice to see you, Didi. Happy to see you there. Wonderful. Everyone.
They're coming now.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Govinda, Govinda. You have to
remind our lovely friend Ratna.
Ratna, okay, lovely friend. If then you are our lovely friend Ratna too.
She just helped out in the kitchen.
No.
Very beautiful. And Rasamoy Pandita and maybe Ananda Swarupini did you also. I'm not sure. If I didn't reply by typing to your beautiful offerings and everything, please excuse me. Everything received by heart and appreciated. I'm a fallen soul.
No.
There we are. Another claim for being a fallen soul with evidence. Not just false claims, with evidence claims. Appreciated everything, of course. Hare Krishna. And Tarit Krishna Das, Tarit Krishna Prabhu has joined us.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Maya.
Maya, okay. Govinda, Govinda. Dandavad.
Tarit is cooking at the moment. Dandavad.
Okay, you're his representative. Hare Krishna.
Dandavad Maharaj.
Very good. Dandavad, Dandavad.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Dandavad.
Hare Prabhu.
And we're very happy. Vijay Krishna was with us also, and Leela Moy must be somewhere nearby, I think.
Dandavad Maharaj.
Dandavad. Oh, you're on a separate screen. Okay.
Just upstairs and downstairs.
No problem. And everything is going well?
All good, yes. Everyone's
all right, very good. Happy to hear. And where is the dog? Is that your dog barking?
Yes, Maharaj. It's in the garden.
All right. Doing his duty. All right.
Yeah, shouting at people in the streets. Yeah.
Chanting Hare Krishna.
Yesterday we went on Harinam Sankirtan, and one dog, you saw that dog earlier, he ran faster than those dogs in England. They do those whippet races. Honestly, this dog, he saw us, heard us, he just went zoom and ran like crazy. I thought, my goodness.
Right across the square, right. Just took off. It's hilarious.
Like a rocket.
Like a rocket. And he had a collar and everything. It belonged to someone. Just took off right across the piazza.
Piazza, you see, we're in Italy, but not exactly in London, but the piazza. Otherwise, in London, across the square. He's showing off his Italian. He's been here a day and he's showing off his Italian.
Yeah, got to do it. It's got to be done.
Just see. All right. And Sevarupa Devidasi with us all the way from the London suburb of South Africa. So good. You're blending. You're blending into the white background behind you. Jai. And of course, our host and looking after us all, Devashis Prabhu. And Ishanuga nearby, no doubt, somewhere too, or maybe in the temple.
I'm working, unfortunately.
Working. This is the world we live in. So, dear devotees, we're a few minutes in. Let us give official obeisances, whatever that may be, but heart obeisances to each other. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha
Sindhuveta Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
So we have a wonderful family lineage, and we want to show the flag of our family. We want to show the flag of Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. And what better way to do that than to quote Guru Maharaj? Awake, arise, and search for Sri Krishna, reality the beautiful. And that is the clarion call, which we can, I think, all associate with Guru Maharaj. And after all, Srila Gurudev, we heard right here in the temple here, listening to a class, and Gurudev saying directly, and we've heard him say this, but here you can say proof, as we were saying just now, fallen soul with proof. But we have the statements of Gurudev with proof also. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Mat is the memorial of Srila Guru Maharaj. So when we can remember Guru Maharaj in any way, this is our good fortune. And you see Gurudev always also stressing this point of chastity. And he is telling everybody, you hear, chastity to Srila Guru Maharaj. What is what Guru Maharaj is giving? This is Chaitanya Saraswati Mat. Like chastity to Srila Prabhupada in ISKCON, chastity to Guru Maharaj is our principal focus and aim. And we have the special addition that we have Srila Prabhupada and we have Srila Gurudev to bring all of that together in unity, in harmony, in not only unity and harmony, but each is adding to each other. Everything is going around in a dynamo. When we read Srila Prabhupada's books, we are getting more and more of Guru Maharaj and Gurudev. When we read Gurudev, we're getting more and more of Srila Prabhupada and Srila Guru Maharaj. When we're reading Srila Guru Maharaj, we're getting the whole conception and the grace of coming through Srila Govinda Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada to us. So it is all mutual encouragement of faith, mutual encouragement of being chaste to Guru Maharaj, to Srila Saraswati Thakur, and in a eyes open way. In fact, we came to Guru Maharaj with our eyes opened by Srila Prabhupada to come to him, hearing that, well, first of all, for me, I did hear that some tapes of Guru Maharaj, but it was the message transcribed of Srila Prabhupada telling about Srila Guru Maharaj. And so naturally, we came to him in times of difficulty. So not only times of difficulty, times of good times follow bad times follow good times in this world. And so in all circumstances, we need to come to Srila Guru Maharaj's lotus feet, through Srila Prabhupada, through Srila Gurudev, and all combined, making our spiritual journey successful. So they're all trying to shake us by the shoulder to wake us up from being in the witch of the lap named Maya, this illusory world. There is Yoga Maya, there is Maha Maya. Yoga Maya is the wonderful plane of the pastimes of Krishna, and the Maha Maya is the illusory plane where we are, as we read this morning in a purport in Chaitanya Charitamrita, whether aloud or whether I was speed reading it while we were reading it, but where Srila Prabhupada saying that in this plane we are all trying to be little Krishnas. He uses that expression. He said, we're all trying to be little Krishnas. We're trying to be gods ourselves and deny the Supreme Lord. So if we want to be a little Krishna, then we need a doll's house to play in. We need some pretend house to play in. So here we have our opportunity to be a little Krishna. But if we can see beyond that, have our eyes opened a little bit, then awake, arise and search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful. Hare Krishna. And anything that comes from Guru Maharaj, it is fresh. And many of these expressions that we hear, they're normal to us. We've heard them now many times many times, of course, over the years. But they are really always fresh. And you see, we meet devotees, and devotees who've been devotees for many, many years. But when they hear this for the first time, oh, reality, the beautiful. Like, it's stunning. Who is Sri Krishna? Search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful. Just that we can really, when we see the shock of others, or when the penny drops, oh yes, that's what we're doing. Then that reminds us that we hear it, we know that our masters are saying it and teaching it, but we have to do it. So anyway, just a few cents worth from me to start us off. And how are we going to search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful? By the holy name, chastity to Srila Guru Maharaj, to our Sri Rupa Nuga Guru Vaga, through service, through Harinam Sankirtan, through Prasadam, through association, through our sadhana. Sadhana is the means to wake up all of this within us. So, you hear from me every week, but we've got our special guest here sitting right beside me. And he's wearing blue, which is Nityananda's color. He arrived yesterday, and then, as you found out already, then we gave him a few grains of prasadam and a few minutes to rest, but only a few more grains of prasadam, but only a few minutes to rest. And then, like an engine, he was out on the street with us, and we are doing Harinam Sankirtan, frightening dogs and bringing big smiles to the people's faces. So many wonderful smiles. So I've hardly had a chance to hear from him, like firsthand, about the festivals and things in Ukraine which took place, which, let's face it, they're probably the biggest festivals from our mat anyway, around the world, that are taking place at the moment. Over 2,000 people, for 3 days, or more than that. Yeah. So let's hear a few words from Keshavananda. I also want to hear a few words from him, so that we can also, share in the devotional life around the world, which is all coming to search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful.
Krishna.
And in the meantime, let us welcome and give our obeisances to Tangarasa Devi of Norway and to Subhasini Devi Rasi in Ireland. Happily having with us Dandavat. And more people have joined in London, but I don't have my spectacles. I can't see who's there.
Yeah, I can't see either.
Who joined us in London? All the better to see you with, oh yes, sorry, I can't remember your names. Maybe our Nanda Sarupini can share. Yes, Pandita, Rasamai Pandita. Please just introduce us again to your friends. Familiar faces maybe, I'm not sure. But you need to turn on your microphone now, because my lip reading is not so good.
So sorry, Maharaj. Ratna is our regular. She helps
Yes.
the temple. And if you can please remind us of your names. Rashmi and Preeti.
Okay, so welcome.
Yeah, last week.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Ratna and Rishmi.
Rashmi.
Rashmi and Preeti and Vinodini.
Vinodini. Who gave her name of Vinodini?
Srila Charja Maharaj.
And who's the mum?
Radharani Dasi.
Oh, okay.
Saracendra's wife.
Yes.
And her
Okay.
brother Balaram is also here, running around.
Okay, Vinodini Didi, Hare Krishna.
She was leading the kirtan a little bit earlier.
Now she's exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay, beautiful. All right, and Praneshwari Didi just joined us too. So our obeisance is also to Praneshwari Didi. We've been chatting away, and we're now happy to have you with us in the London program from the West London suburb of Florida. All right.
Dandavad, Maharaj.
And beautiful,
Dandavad, everyone.
beautiful Tulasi. So let us hear a few words. We've got Keshavananpu here. He's fresh in from Ukraine, who's been with us on the parikrams in different places, but yesterday, Harinam Sankirtan in Como, a famous, beautiful town, but coming from Ukraine and big programs, he can share a little bit for me to hear as well as for us all.
Hare Krishna. So happy to be in London with everyone, in West London today, and happy to be with all the devotees here in Villa Govinda again. So I was in, by the grace of Srila Avadut Maharaj, went to Ukraine for some festival there. They were on a smaller scale this year, but still quite substantial. Still big kirtans and hundreds, thousands of people visiting the festival sites, and many, we're just trying to distribute whatever little that we've caught of this reality, the beautiful search for Sri Krishna that we've received from Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev. We're just trying to, represent that as best we can. And we always, this is a book I often recommend when I'm sitting there giving a talk, The Search for Sri Krishna, Reality, the Beautiful, because I think I heard it from Goswami Maharaj recently. He said that he was quoting someone, I think Mark Twain or someone like that. And he said, the difference between a good word and the perfect word for something is like the difference between a little firefly and the sun. It's that big a difference for a poet or for someone who's trying to present something very fine and subtle and wonderful. So, when we're reading The Search for Sri Krishna, Reality, the Beautiful, or anything from Srila Guru Maharaj or hearing from him, he presents and so perfectly, so sweetly. Every word is a jewel that's been chosen to perfectly express his heart, what he's trying to convey. And I always think, I wish I could just memorize it paragraph after paragraph so I can say exactly like he says it, because there's no comparison. He's so perfect. But so anyway, so we try and do as we can, and then we say, and here is, I'm just trying, but our gurus, they are perfectly presenting. And actually, not this time, but a previous time, the Ukrainian people, I don't know, they have some, they want to hear. And we turned up at some city, I don't know, just some little city. I don't know what the English equivalent would be. Maybe like turning up in Milton Keynes at 6 o'clock on a Tuesday night. It's not the most happening, place where it's all going on. And we went to this little community center, and some of the devotees had done some magic on the internet, on the social media to make some advertising type of thing. There's 40 people waiting patiently to hear something about Krishna consciousness. And so we go there and we try and do that. And there were some, at the back of the crowd, there were some people in neck beads, not from our mission, perhaps from ISKCON, perhaps from other missions. And we tried our best. And then people came, some of these devotees, people came up afterwards and said, "Oh, Prabhu, we never heard anything like this before. We never heard anything like this before." And I'm like, yes, I understand, because we're trying to represent Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Govinda Maharaj. Srila Maharaj is the Shiksha Guru of Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. How can we even really conceive that these souls of saints of such a high, inconceivable platform standing, they are looking to each other and receiving nourishment and encouragement and so many things. So I know that because we hear that every day we are hearing these things, I have a tendency to take them for granted. So it's wonderful when we can share them with people who it's new for, and you see that it's touching their hearts when they just catch a little bit of that vibration and sweet heart substance that's coming from the heart of Srila Guru Maharaj, Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada. And, our fortune is that somehow they've engaged us in that campaign in so many different ways, but that's what they've done. Muninja just sat down at the dinner table, and I don't know what he'd been doing, but he just looked at me and he said, Krishna is the supreme absolute truth, the controller of all planets and demigods, and the recipient of all sacrifice. But he's our friend, so that's okay. And started taking prashad. That was his little message to me. As he said.
Instead of shouted out a video.
He just told me that, but he's our friend. So I thought that was absolutely spectacular and wonderful to hear from him, this genuine realization that this is the case. So we're honored to even try to represent our wonderful masters, and to see how people are hungry for it. People are looking for that. They may not know they're looking for that, but always when we're doing these programs, we meet so many people. And then last night we went to Como. I think it was the first time I've been in Como. Como is like a gorgeous old city, Italian city with beautiful buildings, beautiful churches. The lake is there, but it's just like a painting, like the rest of this world. It's not really real. It's just got this, it's like a movie set or something. And it's full of people who are looking to get some juice out of it, but it's not really giving it, So they're sitting, they're eating, trying to eat something nice or drink something and going on a little walk. And then the devotees come through, and it was so nice seeing all the smiling faces and happy looks. And suddenly there was something was alive in the movie sets. Something was, not just following the script of the play, but something alive, and it was wonderful. And standing outside these magnificent churches that were built for the glory of God. I mean, it's a theistic culture. It's just forgotten all these things. We become enamored more and more with materiality. So it was wonderful to go with the devotees dancing around the streets of Como. And we remember in London as well, how we'd go down that was when we were on Harinam in Ukraine. We remember in London going into the metro, at least for a few rounds before we have to go out again. And it's always the most alive thing in the city. Wherever you go, it's the only alive thing, and really. Otherwise, it's just like a desperate attempt to try and wring some ananda out of straw, basically.
We're talking about the Harinam here, not the metro.
Oh, yes. So very wonderful to be again with the devotees. So you know, we're going on in our different ways, in our different places. We know that Srila Avadut Maharaj has some unique qualities that Gurudev also recognized. And he has this ability, even in these difficult times, to inspire his crew to work very hard, to put on a festival. And he hangs all these shiny balls in this festival to bring people in. You know, there's dancing and this and that, and so many things, little stalls selling so many things. But that's just the bait. That's just the shiny things that we're all so enamored of, to bring people in. And then, you know, he brings devotees from, you know, usually from all over the world. He brings devotees just to try and present this nectarian, nourishing food, heart food, which is the Krishna Katha, the divine Krishna conception of our spiritual guardians. Srila Sridhar Maharaj, Srila Govinda Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada, which is our life and soul. You know, we're praying that will be true, and that will be our only, like the Chataka bird, Vidachai Maidandam Dina Bandhu Dayamba, looking up, only wanting the water from that beautiful, merciful cloud. And it may throw a thunderbolt at me, and anything may happen, but still, we only want to hear the words that are coming from their beautiful lotus mouths, and their all accommodating, the all accommodating shelter of their merciful hearts and lotus feet. So it's wonderful. It's always wonderful when we see new people, we see devotees who are getting nourishment from that, and we understand them. By seeing that, we can understand, yes, this is what everyone is looking for. Actually, this is the real food for the soul. This to hear this and to be connected, to have some kind of connection with this, and to offer some service to this beautiful, to this Sri Krishna reality, the beautiful, who comes to us always and always through his devotees. And so many questions we'd be asked about Krishna and God and this and that and so many things, but you know, maybe we heard something, maybe we can say a little something, but really, what do we know? It all brings us to the lotus feet of Sri Guru and Vaishnava. That's where it all is. And I don't know how many times, you know, I get sick of my own voice, no doubt, but what to say? These things are so perfect. We have to keep saying them. That Srila Govinda Maharaj saying, this spiritual life is a heart connection. It's something alive and real between the heart of the teacher and the heart of the student and the hearts of the family. It's a living thing. It's not a bunch of things in an old book or anything like that. It's alive. It's relationship and service. So we're anyway. We're so fortunate, is what it boils down to. We're so fortunate to have any connection at all. And it's why in all these prayers we're singing every day, you know, the Vaishnavas are expressing that perfectly for us. Don't let me forget you. Birth, death, heaven and hell. Okay, that may be as it is. But this connection I have with Sri Guru and Vaishnava, please don't take that away. Let me keep that, however it may be, even if I'm just an ant in the house of a devotee. I'd rather be that than a Brahma who's averse to you. So, Hare Krishna. I'm not going to talk too long, but no. happily returned. Enthusiastic, what to say? Yeah, all over the world we see the activities of the devotees around the world because of the internet. So we see the Harinams going on here and there. We saw recently in Salt Lake City, they were out in the streets and up in the mountains, and everybody is trying as they can, and as the situation is, everybody's in a different situation in the world, some more severe, some less severe, but all are having to remap how they can do things, how they can go on. But everyone is going on through the difficulties by the grace of our gurus. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Thank you, Keshavananda Prabhu.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you, devotees, for being there.
See, he thanked me and the devotees.
Hare Krishna. We always do that. Jai Maharaj, Jai, and Jai all the devotees.
This is what our friends are for, to keep us going with our feet on the ground. Yes, well, we've got Devashis here.
I know.
And he's bursting.
He's also wearing blue.
He's wearing very dark blue. Let's see. And he's effulgent.
Yes.
No need for electricity. He's shining out of the blue. Bolt from the blue. Just
Jai.
Yes, okay. Enough of that. We have this in a picture form. If you go to the Mott in Green Street, on the wall as you come in the hallway, there it is, the quote from Srila Guru Maharaj. And we all know that. Oh, you sons of nectar, sons of the nectarine ocean sea, please listen to me. You were born in nectar. You must not allow yourself to be satisfied by anything but nectar. Awake, arise, and search for that nectar. Search for Sri Krishna, reality, the beautiful. Sorry, someone's put their microphone on. So, one moment. Trying to speak and manage it at the same time. Not always a good idea. And I see that every time I go there, and it still inspires me seeing that on the wall there. And it's like it's the cornerstone, the foundation stone, if you like, of our mission. That so deep expression of Srila Guru Maharaj. When Guru Maharaj says nectar, he means, of course, amrita, and amrita means immortality, means that which does not die. But it doesn't mean nectar like something really juicy and sweet, although of course it is those things, but not just that, not just some very pleasing experience, but it means immortality, that which is forever, that which is immortal. That's what amrita means, actually, and it is like almost a revolutionary conception, as Keshavananda Prabhu was saying. When people hear these things from Guru Maharaj, it's like we've never heard that before. I remember that was my feeling when I first came to Sri Chaitanya Saraswati. The very first time I heard from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and I can say, not trying to be, boastful or anything, but I'd read all of Srila Prabhupada's books. I've been reading them since I was 14 years old. And here I am sitting at the lotus feet of Srila Sridhar Maharaj, like so many of us were. And he's speaking things that I never heard from Srila Prabhupada's books. They weren't in Srila Prabhupada's books. They were just a new chapter, a new installment of Krishna consciousness. And for so many of us, it was life-giving, really. I mean, we were becoming parched, and here was some real food for us suddenly, not just to sustain us, but to inspire us and to make us, like invigorated with Krishna consciousness again. And why is it so revolutionary? Is because all we hear in this material world is, people say, like, wake up to reality. This is the reality of life, the harsh reality of life. That's what people say. Even we say that in our preaching. Well, the reality of this material world is suffering. First it starts out like nectar, but it ends up as poison. And, this is the reality in which we live, and so on and so on. But here's Srila Guru Maharaj saying, no, reality is beautiful. Reality is Krishna. Krishna is reality. In fact, we heard, when the leaders from ISKCON came to see Guru Maharaj after the disappearance of Srila Prabhupada, and they're, asking so many questions. One morning, Guru Maharaj has a question for them. He says, okay, so this morning I'd like to ask you a question. And they're, oh, okay. And Guru Maharaj's question was, what is Krishna consciousness? Mm. So, like getting right to the matter. And so they all gave some explanation of what they think is Krishna consciousness. Maybe Kirtanananda Swami or someone said, Krishna consciousness is what Srila Prabhupada taught us. And Guru Maharaj appreciated that. But still, he was, like, yeah, but what is that? What did your Srila Prabhupada teach you? What is that? What is Krishna consciousness? And finally, when they'd all given their idea, and Guru Maharaj not really satisfied with any of those, then they're all looking to him, okay, then what is Krishna consciousness? And Guru Maharaj's reply to his own question was, Krishna consciousness is reality. And you would do very well to become acquainted with that. So, and that, of course, applies to all of us. We should try to become acquainted with reality. And that's what Krishna consciousness is to teach us what is reality, what is actually factual, what is actually immortal, what is actually ever existing, as opposed to the ephemeral things of this material world, which are born, last for some time, and then die. Everything, every single thing, every civilization, every monument, every building, even the whole world itself, even the whole universe will disappear after some time and then come up again. So, that's the you can say the harsh reality within which we live. But actually, there's another reality, the ultimate reality, and that reality is Krishna, the beautiful reality. And if you'll give me your permission, I just want to read some words of Srila Guru Maharaj speaking on this very subject. So, if you'll indulge me, I'm sure you will all be happy to hear this. So, this is Srila Sridhar Maharaj speaking. The Bhagavat has been described as the ripe fruit of the tree of the Veda. The Veda has produced out of its own accord this fruit. And what is that? Rasa, Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna, Brajendra Nandan. This is the ripe product of the tree of the Veda. Veda means the embodiment of revealed truth. The inner current of the Veda is producing fruit. And that fruit, when ripe, is Bhagavatam. So the natural gift of the Veda is Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan. But we, out of our own prejudice, try to get something else from the tree of the Veda. The animals try to chew the leaves of the tree. Others cut wood from the tree. But the real natural product of the Veda is the fruit, the Akila Rasamritamurti. Anandam Brahmano Vidvan Na Bibheti Kadachana. One who knows the joy of Brahman never fears. The natural gift of the Veda, the highest living revealed truth, is Krishna. Raso Vai Saha. He is Rasa. Shradamayo Jamloka. That plane is made of faith. Through your faith, you can get the rasa of the highest order. That is the gift of all the Vedas, and the Veda Mata, Gayatri, also aims at that. That very object. I have tried my best to show that sort of meaning coming from Gayatri. Gayatri means Ganat Trayate, by chanting which we can get liberation. And what is the definition of liberation? Swarupena vivastitihi, to engage ourselves in our innermost duty. That is what Gayatri is directed towards. And the Krishna Vangsi, Krishna's flute, is also doing the same thing. In the highest place, we find proper adjustment. Be ready for my service. That is the sound. The sound gives us that impression. Inspiration to anyone and everyone. Come to my sweet service. Engage yourself to my sweet service. That is the call of the flute of Krishna and Veda Mata Gayatri, who has produced the Veda. What is present in the flute is present in Gayatri as a seed. Then in the middle, it is the Veda, the Shruti, then Vedanta, and then Bhagavatam at the top. Nigama Kalpa Toror Galitam Phalam. Vyasadeva says in the introduction of Sriman Bhagavatam, what is this? What is the necessity of this new book that you are giving to the society? This is the Nigama Kalpa Toror Galitam Phalam. Nigama means the Veda, and that is compared to a tree. This Bhagavatam is the natural ripe fruit come of its own accord from that tree. It is not anything pressed or any forcibly attachment of that. Of its own accord, the tree is giving fruit. And when the fruit is ripe, it is Bhagavatam. So drink the juice. Pibata Bhagavatam rasam alayam mahor aho rasika bhuvi bhuvakaha. Oh, if you have real thinking capacity, any normal hankering, you must come to drink this rasam. This is the natural product of the Veda Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree of the Vedas, whose seed is Gayatri, Ganat Trayate. If you chant the Gayatri mantra, Trayate, you will be liberated, emancipated, and the positive conception of liberation is Swarup Siddhi, self-determination. In self-determination, you must come in connection with Krishna in different rasas to get your assured and attached service. And thereby you can imbibe the real juice to make your life fulfilled. Your fulfillment of life is there. Everyone's fulfillment is connected there. All your attempts, otherwise, are all everything is fruitless labor. Utilize your energy only in the proper way to make your life successful. This is for all. This advice from the revealed scriptures is to all of us. Srinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra. O you sons of nectar, sons of the nectarian ocean sea, please listen to me. You are born in Amrita. You were born to taste Amrita. And you must not allow yourself to be satisfied by anything but Amrita. So somehow you may be misguided for the time being, but awake, arise, and search for Amrita, that nectar, that satisfaction. Om is a big yes. Yes, what you are searching, that is. Don't be disappointed. What is the inner search in you all? That exists. The Veda, the revealed scriptures, they say, they assert, declare, announce, that is existing. What is the common search of all your hearts? That is existing, purely, that is existing. And your thirst will be quenched. You are really meant for that. By construction, you deserve it. So don't be afraid. Don't be cowed down. You are Amritasya Putra. In your being, that thing is given. Already it is there. So you can never be satisfied anywhere with anything else but this thing. So prepare yourself to receive, after your long search, this long missing Amrita in the full form and full quality. We should have no other business, no other engagement than Krishnanushandam. Our Guru Maharaj declared total war against this mind. He used to say one thing, What is the strength of Mayic reason? It is like the leg of a cock. Apparently it is very strong, but how much strength is really there? The cock only moves and gestures, postures, but that his leg is very strong. So Maya also moves with that sort of vanity. I have got much power, but in comparison with Krishna consciousness, what power can she possess? So don't be afraid of Maya. You are Amritasya Putra. Srinvantu Vishve Amritasya Putra. The grand tone, the divine tone, this call comes from that quarter. The divine quarter. Awake, arise, search for your fortune. And you cannot but have that. It is your birthright. Sarupgata Sampad. It is the wealth of your own soul. So it is there. The relativity of the highest divinity. It cannot but be within you. You are his creature. You exist in his connection and his relativity. So you must have some connection or other within you. So don't be afraid of your present position. Don't be disappointed. In this way, you are to preach to the world at large. Come one, come all. You all want rasam, anandam, brahmano vidbhan. The whole anandam is differentiated and personified in Krishna in Vrindavan. And that is very magnanimously being distributed in Navadvip. So come, it would be better to come and flock together in Navadvip. There we get the ticket, and then we may go to Vrindavan. In Navadvip also, we will find that there is the Vrindavan rasa with some medicine. The diet with some medicine is applied. It is given here and easily digested. Now there, something really wonderful. That is the search for Sri Krishna reality, the beautiful. That's my little contribution for today.
Prabhu, that's most substantial contribution. I had some very mini contributions compared with that. But everything that we are hearing, all of this, this is coming from Srila Saraswati Thakur to Guru Maharaj. And Guru Maharaj is pointing these things out again and again. So progress. Here's a short quotation from Guru Maharaj and from the beautiful book, Loving Search for the Lost Servant. Progress in the right way, or you are inviting your death. So in other words, he's telling us progress in the right way, or you are inviting your death. The general tenor of life, of all existence, in the most scientific way, will be this, that search for Sri Krishna, reality the beautiful. That is the highest goal, not only of humanity, but for all creation. And all problems are harmonized and solved by that. Anybody has a problem?
How long you got?
Know the answer. No problem. And elsewhere we see anything that we are doing which is non-Krishna centered is binding us to the world. So again, from every angle we need to be Krishna centered. But again, what Krishna centered? Krishna, reality, the beautiful. Krishna of Vrindavan. And in Navadvip.
Oh dear. Maharaj is frozen.
If you are successful and fortunate, like Gopakumar.
We lost you for a few moments there, Maharaj. You froze for about 2-3 minutes.
Well, I don't know which 2 or 3 minutes were left, but I had at least one living year beside me, 2 living years beside me, 2 living years in one head.
Yes.
And Sachi Devi has come to join us in London. Dandavat, Dandavat. And did we see Mathura Vasini Devidasi in South Africa? Am I frozen or is South Africa frozen? Okay, London's not frozen, so South Africa is frozen. Okay, no problem.
Yes, you are.
Oh,
You're coming through loud and clear now, right?
Okay, Sevarupa froze because it's very cold. Was that Mathura Basini Didi sitting beside you just before?
No, this is my mom.
Oh,
Hey, Mom.
Shri Mam. Okay, happy to meet you. Hare Krishna. Very welcome. Your daughter is doing good things, and we know you are a devotee, and you have brought her up so nicely that she's a sincere student of Krishna consciousness, and we are very happy for that.
It's only by the mercy of the Vaishnavas, man.
Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Guru Maharaj, and Jai Srila Gurudev, our wonderful guardians. Yes, so dear devotees, any short question? Yes, Rasamai Pandita, first to raise your hand. Okay. Yes, just click the microphone.
I just was wondering if either yourself or Devashish Prabhu could unpack this idea of what was needed to progress, which was self-determination. Srila Guru Maharaj used that word. And I'd love to ask about that and what that means.
Well, if the question's to me, I can put in a couple of words. I can say that this morning means just a few hours ago, one devotee left her body, means Sureshwari Devidasi, she did pass away at around 11:40, we are told, in the night, on Friday night in SoCal. And then, just as we are giving a little news of this, an hour later, then I got another message of the father, a young father of a young devotee, 18-year-old devotee called Rasananda Prabhu in Sochi, in Russia. His father passed away, so almost the same time, and passed away from the virus. So the virus is still around in the world. Anyway, so these are reminders that we need to be clear in our dedication. We need to be focused and dive deep into our dedication rather than just putting our toe in the water and continuing on the sideline, but seeing that what is the best thing to do for our relatives when they're alive, what to speak of. We kind of wake up when they pass away. Oh, what can I do for my mother and father? What can I do for my sister and brother as they're dying? But living in the body or not in the body, the best thing we can do for our relatives, and I'm related to myself too, best thing we can do for ourselves as well, is to be as good a devotee as possible. And we know when our parents passed away, when our close friends, people we know also passed away, then it's a reminder for us to dive deep and to really take our Krishna consciousness seriously, because there's nothing else in the world. Nothing else of any value. It is all otherwise within that up and down of that doll's house we were made an analogy of in the earlier part today. So whatever comes, so when we can read the environment to help us dive deep, then that is also fortunate. But we should be able to read the environment on a good day as well as on a bad day. We shouldn't wait. We should not be perhaps too sincere in our prayers for misfortune, for us to remember, help us remember the Lord. We'll try to do our best when we're not in too much misfortune, to also try to remember the Lord. And then actually gradually, we can say that even a little degree, we can understand that misfortune and fortune in this world, they are not deep. What is the real necessity is the depth of Krishna consciousness, the depth of our journey there, with a body or without a body, we continue our life. But we have an aim, we have a direction. And whatever we think at the time of death, one will be taken there. So let our direction in life be devotion. And that, whether we are in this body or another body, let that continue. But sometimes we think, please don't let us be born again and have to go to school again. Oh no. Can't we just be born again and automatically start from where we left off? But somehow this world has got a little catch to it. You've got to go back to school again. Oh no. Hare Krishna. So lots of things like school, which can remind us we should dive deep into what we're doing now, because we're all grown up, except little Vinodini, who's now gone back to her mum. Oh, she's in the corner maybe. Except for Vinodini, we've all grown up from that and through the various stages to where we are now.
Maharaj, when you say we have to read our environment to dive deep, what do you mean exactly?
See that the environment is reminding me always of Krishna and my necessity to be engaged in his remembrance, in his chanting his glories, to taking shelter of him, taking him as our guardian. So in all circumstances, when times are difficult, we think, oh, what else can I do but take shelter of the name, the devotees, chanting in congregation. But also when the environment is being, you can say, kind to us, giving us not great pain, not great suffering, not great bereavement, but still at all times we should try to see, in that case, the beauty of the Lord. And the other thing is the temporariness of everything that we see here and think is so beautiful. It has its reality, but it's temporary. And our home, if this is the shadow of that reality, then what kind of vibrant, living, beautiful place is Goloka Vrindavan, where everything is dedicated. So yes, trying to always, wherever we are, whatever we're doing, see Krishna's hand everywhere and try to be Krishna conscious. And as Devashis said, Guru Maharaj saying that, what is Krishna consciousness? Krishna consciousness is reality. And you would do very well to become acquainted with that. So let's search for reality. Let's awake, arise, and search for reality, the beautiful. That's another thing you see when we read the books. We read the books, means reading the words of Guru Maharaj, Gurudev, and Srila Prabhupada. We are constantly reminded, we are for the Lord. It's not that we're giving him something, everything is his. We have to utilize everything for him, including ourselves. Then we're in the healthy position. And we need to tolerate. There are many people who want to live in a temple, but cannot due to so many circumstances. So when we have the opportunity to live in a temple, to be with devotees, we should really try to see this is also the Lord's grace. Whatever we have, whatever circumstance we're in, we should try to read the environment and accept what is favorable. Okay, dear devotees, from my side, I have to leave a little promptly today because I need to. However, we're very happy to be with each of you, and we're very happy to be in London and with our new friends there, Rashma, Kirti maybe, and Ratna, who is coming week after week to help in the kitchen. And to each of you there in the different places, north, south, east, and west suburbs of London, of which we are in one of the close southern suburbs, the Italian suburb of London, West London Temple, but more south than us. And then we have our devotees in South Africa, more west than us. We've got our devotees in Florida and near west in Ireland, and then a little northeast, Norway. Otherwise, here we are in London, north, south, east, west, and sorry, southeast of London. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya evacha paditanam
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namo.
Jai Srila Guru Maharaj ki jai, Jai Srila Gurudev ki jai, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and Jai Srila Rupanuga Guru Vaga ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari.
And Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj ki jai. Jai Krishnananda Prabhu ki jai.
Jai Devashis Prabhu ki jai. And all the assembled devotees, on your Italian.
Tutti devoti ki jai.
And yes, Tariq Krishna and my Didi Dandavat, we see your message there. Dandavat to you all. Dandavat. Ash Chief, I'm coming.